fine salads, sandwiches, and soups. Cafe Latte is located off Victoria and Grand and online at cafelatte.com.
With your AM 950 forecast, I'm Tom Wetston. Today, another sunny day with a high 77 degrees. Tonight, clear, cool with a low 57. And for tomorrow, another sunny day with a high 88. Let Natural Lawn handle the lawn care so you can enjoy your lawn. Feeds the soil naturally with fewer unnecessary chemicals. There's more information at naturalawn.com.
Portions of the following program may be pre-recorded.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Living Healthy and Aging Well. My name is Ken Haglund, and we are broadcasting from the AM 950 radio station that overlooks beautiful Bryant Lake Regional Park, located in Eden Prairie, Minnesota. It is another gorgeous day here in the Twin Cities, and I am so grateful to be here with you today. I hope all of you listening are doing well. We are on the air every Saturday from noon to 1 to talk about your health and your life. We cover a wide range of topics to help you and your loved ones improve and enjoy your quality of life. We have another great show for you today. Joining me in a few minutes will be Kate Blessing, Director of Community Relations, and Lisa Miller, part-time receptionist at Martin Luther Campus. And they're both here to talk about the mission of Martin Luther Campus and the services that enhance senior living. Now, Martin Luther Campus is managed by Ebenezer Management Services, the largest senior living management company in Minnesota. As part of Fairview Health Services, Ebenezer is driven to heal, discover, and educate for longer, healthier, and more meaningful lives. A healthier future is realized when we innovate to provide choices for vibrant senior living. Through their innovative services and programs, Martin Luther Campus aims to inspire each and every one of their residents to discover new passions, reignite old ones, and continue growing as individuals. Among the unique services Martin Luther Campus offers to residents are in- and outpatient therapy, crafted culinary experiences, and on-site beauty and barber services. Gratifying adult daycare programs and activities are offered Monday through Fridays to seniors and caregivers, offering opportunities for engagement and respite. So Kate and Lisa will explain more about the wonderful services and culture at Martin Luther Campus later in the show. I want to thank all of you that leave us messages on our radio show phone line. We appreciate hearing from you, and we welcome your comments, questions, and topics for future shows. Also, if you are interested in being a guest on our radio show, please call or text at 612-999-3426. You can also contact us on our website at livinghealthyradio.com. There you can find information about upcoming guests as well as listen to our previous shows. And we look forward to hearing from you. We are adding new listeners to the show each week, and we're so grateful for that. Not only here in the Twin Cities of Minnesota, but also throughout the country. You can find podcasts for all of our radio shows on the AM 950 radio website. And we can also be found on iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, and many other podcast and streaming services. You can also watch our broadcast live on the radio station's Facebook page at AM 950 Radio. If you have a question for us today, there are two ways to reach us. First, by calling the AM 950 radio station, and our friendly show engineer, Tom, will get your call on the air. Our phone number is 952-946-6205. Or you can directly text us your question at 612-999-3426. Now, don't worry if you missed our contact numbers. I'll repeat them throughout the show. All right. I am so grateful to have two amazing people here in the studio with me today. I want to welcome my guests for the show, Kate Blessing, Director of Community Relations, and Lisa Miller, part-time receptionist at Martin Luther Campus in Bloomington, Minnesota. Welcome to the show, Kate and Lisa.
Thank you.
Hello, thank you.
All right. Well, okay. The audience always loves to know who is on my show. So a little bit of a background. Just give us a little bit of a background for you. And we'll start with Kate, because you've been here before.
Yes, well, thanks for having us again. I always love to come and to see you and to share one of my favorite topics, which is Martin Luther Campus. I am the Director of Community Relations there. We have been around since 1961 in Bloomington. We're an Ebenezer community, as you mentioned, and it's a great place. I love it there. I love working there. I am a newbie on the campus. I've only been there 6 years because I've got a lot of coworkers who have been there 10, 20, 30, long time, which means a lot of expertise on the campus. We are situated on 17 acres, and Ken had pulled up our website this morning, and right at the top, you'll see some lovely drone shots from our website at martinluthercampus.com. And in that spot, we are on 17 acres right along the Minnesota River Bluff. It's a beautiful place, very therapeutic, all of those kinds of things. So I'm really, really proud to represent Martin Luther. And one thing I have to share is as we're a part of Ebenezer and of Fairview, I have been with the company for 15 years this month. So
Whoa,
I'm pretty
congratulations
excited on that milestone.
Well, lucky for Fairview and Ebenezer.
Well, thank you. But yeah, it's a great place to be. And the reason that I got into this work and really feel blessed about that is because I really love the way that everyone in the community cares about seniors and cares about their well-being and their independence and their being able to thrive. And so I think across the industry, whether it's at Martin Luther or another Ebenezer community or in a Minnesota hospice or wherever we might be, it's people really wanting the best for seniors. And these are their people. I liken it to, nurses care about the health of their patients and teachers care about the success of their students. People working in senior care about seniors, and they want them to be happy, healthy, vibrant people living and having new learning and new life every day. So I feel really blessed to be in an industry that's so full of heart and mission driven people.
And that's what makes all the joy for us who are participating in that, is knowing that we're giving the best care.
Absolutely.
That nobody can get the same kind of care that your organization can provide, my organization can provide. Being the best is so critical, and
Absolutely.
It's being the best for them, for our patients, our residents, our families, our communities. Yeah, it really is an amazing area. As we talked before the show, it's just an honor to be able to serve our seniors
Absolutely.
and their families. Well, great. All right, Lisa, give us a little background about you.
Well, I'm originally from Florida. My family moved here in 1995. And I have one son who is married and has twin children, boy-girl twins. So my husband and I take care of our grandchildren on Mondays and Wednesdays. And I was telling Kate that they just turned 2. They're boy and girl twins, and they're just a joy. But I was just telling Kate how I spend all day Wednesday with my twins, and then I go to Martin Luther, and I get to spend time with a different community. But it's the same level of respect and wanting to enrich lives and help people where they are.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's a big difference between 2-year-olds and people who are seniors, but the whole issue of care for other people and empathizing and where they are in their lives, I think that's true for whatever age of people you're working for. And that's something that's always been kind of a passion for me is doing a lot of community service and or being on boards of organizations. I've kind of done that throughout my professional life, and now I'm retired. And so this is kind of my project right now, I guess.
Yeah. Now, how long have you been working at Martin Luther Campus?
I just started in October. So
Okay.
I'm really
So
new.
half a year, a little more than half a year.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm very new.
Wow.
Right. And I often tell people when they're asking me questions on the phone, I'm like, I'm sorry, I've only been here since October, but I'm beginning to think that doesn't sound so new anymore.
At some point, you can't keep using that excuse.
But
She does a great job.
I tell you, I never hesitate to tell people, I don't know, but I'll find out for you.
Yeah.
That's, you know what I mean? Because
Absolutely.
otherwise what's the point,
Yeah.
right?
Well, you have one of the most important jobs at Martin Luther Campus and anywhere. I know the people that are a part of Minnesota Hospice, but answering that phone, timely is very important, but also how you answer the phone. Because many times, maybe your situation, people call with a crisis. I mean, they call,
Absolutely.
they're confused, they don't know what the next step is. And so you want to make sure you really have a welcoming presence on the phone. And so people will not understand. I understand
Right.
how important, and no, Kate, you understand the same thing, how important that first impression is. So I really appreciate you being on the show today.
Oh, thank you.
Representing that important first impression and helping direct people to the right person and doing the best you can to answer those questions.
That's right.
There's a lot of tough questions you get brought to not only your organization, but also
Absolutely.
our organization as well.
Right.
So
Right.
it's great to have you here.
Thank you.
That's fantastic.
I really loved what Lisa said about I don't know, but I'll find out, right? Because
Right.
these things are so complex. Senior care, navigating all of these things. You might have known someone that was in a nursing home or that was needing some home care or whatever, and you were sort of knowing it was there, and you put it to the side, and then all of a sudden you're in the middle of it for yourself or someone you love,
Right.
and you're trying to navigate all this and drink out of this fire hose as quick as you can. And when you come up to people that get that idea of like, I don't know every single answer, but we're going to figure it out together and we're going to find the answers. That's people really, really need that and appreciate that.
Yeah. Yeah. We only have a few seconds left in this segment, but I'll tell you, it's so nice that people feel like they can call and I tell you, Minnesotans just don't want to bother people.
Yes.
And we keep telling them, that's why I've been doing the
Right.
show for 7 years, is you got to know there's so many resources out there. Don't give up. Don't give up.
Absolutely.
All right. It's time for a short break, folks. We'll be right back to continue our conversation with Kate Blessing, Director of Community Relations, and Lisa Miller, part-time receptionist at Martin Luther Campus. And they are here sharing the mission of Martin Luther Campus and the services that enhance their senior living community. If you have a question for us, please give us a call, 952-946-6205, or text us at 612-999-3426. I'm Ken Hageland, and you are listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well. We'll be right back.
I'm Rachel Schroman, owner of Schroman Law, and I believe you deserve information. Our firm offers free quarterly estate planning seminars at our office in St. Paul. At these seminars, you can learn the basics of estate planning from an attorney to help you determine which estate planning documents will meet your needs and goals in an efficient and cost-effective manner. You can learn more and register at our website, schromenlaw.com/events. That's SCHROMEN law.com/events.
Green light. Hey girl. School zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah. Street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin Street? Girlin Street!
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstopwrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Boldly challenging ableism is here to go where some people won't. I'm Katrina Simons, and every week I'm digging into the real impact of ableism, breaking down myths, calling out barriers, and pushing for a world where disabled people belong in every space. With my work at the University of Minnesota's Institute on Community Integration and a lifetime of lived experience, I'm diving into everything from employment and housing to justice and culture. And yeah, I bring some humor and heart along the way.
Boldly Challenging Ableism debuts on Sunday, May 18th at 2 o'clock on AM 950.
Dear John, I'm leaving. Uncontrolled high blood pressure is serious, and I can quit whenever I want. Why can't we get back to when you checked on me? I don't want to leave, but remember, when I quit, you quit. Sincerely, your heart.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you. High blood pressure can lead to a stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range today. Find out how at heart.org/bloodpressure. A message from the American Heart Association, the American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
Artworld is celebrating its 30th year. This popular free event is the largest open studio tour in the nation, a fan favorite with art lovers, families, and fun seekers alike. With 1,400 artists and 100 locations throughout Northeast Minneapolis, you'll meet potters, painters, weavers, woodworkers, and more. And you'll find all types of art at all price levels. Then there are the terrific bars, restaurants, and breweries in Northeast, plus music, entertainment, and art demos. With Artworld, you're set for 3 days of wonder. Start planning now. Artworld is Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, May 16th, 17th, and 18th. Visit NEMA.org. That's NEMAA.org for details. You'll find an artist directory, maps, dining and brew guides, event and music schedules, even info on Metro Transit passes and trolley rides. Plus, new this year, a Passport app can win you prizes, a commemorative sculpture and raffle, a special beer from Prize, and 30 featured artists of Artworld. That's May 16th through the 18th in Northeast.
All right, welcome back, everyone. You are listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well, where we talk about helping you and your loved ones improve and enjoy your quality of life. My name is Ken Hageland, and joining me today is Kate Blessing, Director of Community Relations, and Lisa Miller, part-time receptionist. Why part-time? Just, would you say you're the receptionist? I'm sure you have many receptionists at Martin Luther.
Yes, as a matter of fact, there is a full-time receptionist who's there Monday through Friday.
Okay.
And then I work a schedule where I come in at 4:30 on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and then every other week it's also Thursday. So I work 4:30 to 8. So I'm there to help out I help a lot of the families that come to visit at night, who have a lot of questions, and also residents, who might come down or call or reach out.
Yeah.
You
have a big campus, so you need to have some central point there. So, all right. Well, you are a receptionist at Martin Luther Campus,
right?
And you guys are here sharing the mission of Martin Luther Campus and the services that enhance that senior living community that you guys are so proud of, and I can see why you are. So, Kate, how can our listeners contact you and your organization if they have questions or want more information?
Absolutely. Well, we have a great website, which I think has got the information about our services laid out really nicely. And that is at martinluthercampus.com. And then at the top there is our phone number, 952-888-7751. And I just really encourage you to call us. Never be afraid to reach out and call and ask your questions. We're here. We want to help. As I mentioned to you, the senior living space and the senior services space is a group of people that wants to help others and wants to provide information. They're proud of what they do. They think what they do has a lot of value, and we want to be here to help you. So please reach out if you have a question to us, to anyone else, and they'll be eager to get your call and give you more information or the next step you might need.
Yes, we encourage people to not be shy, because time is of the essence, especially when you have needs that are changing. And that's a lot of what we were talking about on the break here, both in your area and my area. People call because something's changed, and that usually precipitates other changes.
Absolutely.
As we're talking about a broken hip, all of a sudden it's a domino effect with all kinds of things that then have to be talked about and figured out. So you guys have been doing this since 1961. So before you were born.
Right.
Okay.
A couple years, right? Yeah.
A couple of years. No, that's great. All right. Well, we talked about you guys and your backgrounds and the inspiration that you guys did to get into the profession that you're in, and you guys are doing great. And thank you for all your help in that area. We need the best and brightest helping take care of our seniors. It's a growing population, right?
Yes, amen.
I mean, for the first time in recorded history, there'll be more people aged 65 and older than there are 18 and younger. And so, a lot of times those 18 and younger group were helping out people at the senior level. And so that whole dynamic is shifting. So it's going to be interesting to see over the next several years how that's going to going to affect everybody, including us.
Absolutely.
But well, tell us about Martin Luther Campus. I see you got a beautiful website. I really encourage people to pull up martinluthercampus.com. You had that 17 acres overlooking the river, and it's just beautiful. I see you've also are named a best nursing home U.S. News and World Report. Just got sent out for 2025.
Yes.
Top rated for
Yes.
long-term care, which is great. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
But for those people who don't know about Martin Luther, and again, it's a great location. You're right there in Bloomington on Cedar. It's easy to get to, nestled into a neighborhood. I've been there several times, and it is, it's a beautiful campus. Tell us more about the campus.
Yes, well, we have a variety of services. So I think when folks say, well, what makes Martin Luther special? Certainly our setting, our location. I think the nature of the deer and the turkeys and the trees out every window really is like another therapeutic discipline in a way, right? I mean, people need to be outside, taking in the sun, enjoying their space, having quiet, those kinds of things, especially when you're moving from maybe the neighborhood that you've lived in over your life. It's a little bit easier transition when you move into another neighborhood and you still see that backyard space and that patio and those things that you've enjoyed over your life, the bird feeder and watching the birds, those kinds of things.
It's very quiet there.
Yes.
Because again, you go past an elementary school into a neighborhood.
Yes.
You wouldn't even know you guys were
No,
there.
right.
Unless you knew where you were going. I mean, it's
Exactly.
kind of hiding in plain sight there. It's the best kept secret in Bloomington.
I like to say to people, I'm the marketing person, right? And
Right.
so it's like the worst thing when you're the marketer, right? To be tucked in a neighborhood, but it's the very best thing when you live there, right?
For
Is
the
to have that
residents.
space,
Yeah.
which is what we care about most, of course.
Right.
But we are very, very proud of that little space. And so we've got that happening, but we have a lot of different services available. So we like to meet the needs of people where they are when they move today, but also into the future. So we have one of our buildings is assisted living and memory care community. And then connected to that is our other building, which is a long-term care nursing home care center. Those are all words that mean the same thing. And then we have a transitional care unit. And so that's for folks who are maybe have had a health event, have gone to the hospital, they need a place to recover, recuperate, do some additional therapies to build strength to return home to wherever home is. And that might be going back to an assisted living or back to a memory care community. That might be going to your independent house or an apartment building that you live in, or back with your daughter, whatever, but they need a little time to just really focus on building strength and kind of stabilizing after a health event.
Yeah,
and then
in a real supportive environment. You
Absolutely.
really need to have that hands-on while people are recovering and
Yep.
rehabbing. Yeah.
Exactly. And, and we're focusing on nutrition and we're focusing on therapies throughout the day and the week. And you're really just getting to focus on that. I know a lot of times folks will be eager to get home, rightfully so. But we always kind of say, and I've heard this from many social workers over the years, if there is an opportunity to do a TCU stay, take it.
Yes.
Because otherwise your family is trying to navigate you getting to appointments and you're getting in and out of the car and you're doing all of these extra things. And I get it. When you don't feel well, being at home feels like the best place. But I often see people, if they're able to take that time and really rebuild their strength and really get back on track, that they're so much more successful back at home. So it's an investment in being at home in the future.
Gaining confidence.
Yes.
A lot of times after an event, a fall, whatever, people get a little bit shaky there.
Yes.
And they need to regain that confidence. And that's one of the things that you guys do really well is helping people get back to baseline, get back on their feet, so to speak.
Absolutely. So, and along with like bikes and weights and walking and things, in our gym, in our therapy gym, you've got a washer and a dryer and a kitchen set and all those things, because you're practicing those skills too, so that you can go home and be successful.
And under expert supervision.
Absolutely.
That's
Thank
the key.
you. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
All right. The music is cueing us out again here. It's time for a short break, folks. We'll be right back to continue our conversation with Kate Blessing, Director of Community Relations, and Lisa Miller, a receptionist at Martin Luther Campus. And they are sharing the mission of Martin Luther Campus and the great services that enhance their senior living community. If you have a question for Kate or Lisa, please give us a call, 952-946-6205, or you can directly text us your question at 612-999-3426. I'm Ken Hageland, and you are listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well.
End-of-life life decisions are not easy to make. Hi, I'm Mary T. of Mary T. Hospice Care. It's important to make sure that this difficult time is meaningful and comforting to you and your loved ones. Our hospice team provides an individualized program of physical, emotional, spiritual, and practical care so your loved one is comfortable and not in pain. At Mary T. Hospice, we understand that choosing the right hospice care provider can be overwhelming, but we're here to assist you. Learn more today at marytinc.com.
Hello, everyone. I am Becky McMahon, along with Tara Martini, hosts of Feels Out Loud, brought to you by Becoming Together Therapy and Wellness. This Sunday, tune in as we process through the vulnerability of joy and the challenges to truly embracing this emotion.
If you have a question for us, visit our website at www.becomingtogethermn.com to find the Feels Out Loud page. We may just share your questions on the show, so join us at 9 a.m. to live and share mental health together.
When was the last time you had your roof inspected for extreme weather and hail damage? This is Chad, owner of AM 950, to talk about the exterior construction company I trust, Snap Construction. If you've noticed new roofing projects in your neighborhood, your home was likely hit by hail last summer and experienced damage. Snap Construction is helping homeowners like you, and they're the roofing specialists I trust. They are the most well-reviewed contractor in the Twin Cities and have a ton of positive customer reviews from homeowners just like you. Even better, Snap Construction's installations are backed by a lifetime warranty, so you know you're dealing with a qualified roofing expert. You want to work with a company that will be here for a long time after the work is done. Snap Construction has handled thousands of claims and will help you through the process. Do yourself a favor and get a free roofing inspection so you have the facts and peace of mind you deserve. Call Snap Construction today at 612-333-SNAP. That's 612-333-SNAP. Or visit snapconstruction.com.
Hey, it's Patrick for Zero Res. Warm weather is here. Maybe you're getting ready for a graduation party over at the house. There's a lot coming up as summer nears. Your house isn't ready, so that's why you need to call My Cleaning Heroes at Zero Res right now. Zero Res can handle every surface in your home: carpets, tile and grout, hardwood, laminate, stone, upholstery, rugs, and air ducts. Zero Res has both been out to my house and out here at AM 950 in our studios in recent months. They did such a fantastic job. They were on time, professional, and courteous. They got the stains out that we didn't think would come out here at the station. This month, get 3-room Zero Resified from Minnesota's #1 carpet and air duct cleaner and take 20% off all services. That's right, 20% off all services. But you need to go to ZeroResMinnesota.com or call 9520-RES and ask for the AM 950 special. 20% off all services all month. That's Zero Res. Backward or forward spells the same.
With your AM 950 forecast, I'm Tom Wetston. Today, another sunny day with a high 77 degrees. Tonight, clear, cool with a low 57. And for tomorrow, another sunny day with a high 88. Kroner Supper Club has an exciting mix of shows all year long. You can find the concert experience that's right for you at croonersmn.com. Kroner Supper Club, a little piece of old school nightlife in the 21st century.
AM 950 KTNF, St. Louis Park, Minneapolis, St. Paul.
Welcome back, everyone. You are listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well, where we talk about helping you and your loved ones improve and enjoy your quality of life. My name is Ken Hageland, and joining me today in the studio at AM 950 Radio is Kate Blessing, Director of Community Relations, and Lisa Miller, receptionist at Martin Luther Campus, and they are sharing the mission of Martin Luther Campus and the services that enhance their senior living community. Before we return to our conversation, I want to mention this radio show is brought to you in part each week by Minnesota Hospice. Minnesota Hospice is an independent, locally owned medical practice serving our Twin Cities communities with comprehensive end-of-life health care. The team at Minnesota Hospice provides patients and family members with award-winning end-of-life health care services. You may not be aware that hospice brings compassionate medical, social, emotional, and spiritual services right to your home with typically no cost to you or your family. Please do not wait to learn how hospice care can benefit you and your loved ones. If you have any questions regarding end-of-life care or support, please contact the compassionate team of experts at Minnesota Hospice. They are available to answer your questions 24 hours a day, 7 days a week by a registered nurse. Their phone number is 952-898-1022. Once again, 952-898-1022, or visit them online at minnesotahospice.com. All right, let's return to our conversation with Kate Blessing and Lisa Miller. If you have a question for us, give us a call, 952-946-6205, or text us at 612-999-3426. Kate, how can our listeners contact you and your organization if they have questions or want more information?
Absolutely. We have a great website. We've just had it redone, actually. We're very proud of it. It's martinluthercampus.com. You can go there, learn about our services and things. There's also a phone number right at the top, 952-888-7751. And that's a great place to call to reach our staff to learn about all kinds of different things. So call us, ask your questions. We're here to help.
Wow, fantastic. So you'll call them, Lisa will answer the phone, and she'll transfer it to you.
That's right. Right. Or one of my men. Yes,
So
right.
Right. We're closing the loop here.
Yes,
So
right.
start with the
Yes.
website and then give them a call. Okay.
Absolutely.
No, this is great. So we talked a little bit about, there's such a history with your campus, and we could probably take 2 hours to just go through that. But I know you want to really talk about some of the services that you guys have that really goes beyond the campus. I mean, you guys really are a community partner with Bloomington. Let's talk about some of those services that really enhance the overall community that you guys are in.
Absolutely. So we've been in Bloomington for over 60 years, and we're really proud of being a local business as well as providing the senior care that we do. So we partner with the city of Bloomington quite often, the public schools, banks, attorneys, all kinds of different groups in Bloomington to provide information and resources to seniors. So I think sometimes people think that we're just wanting to meet people to move them to our campus. And sometimes that's the right fit for someone. But there are many other seniors in our community that we also want to support through lots of different ways. And so we provide resources to help them as well. So we might be doing educational things like how to prevent scams in their lives, different things about dementia support and legal documents and things like that. And we're there to help them in those ways.
Well, one of the things that a campus like yours offers is that because people are allowed to age in place, you have so many resources, again, to raise the quality of life for your residents. And of course, those residents can turn into patients when they're in a long-term care setting or a TCU, and then they come back in assisted living or back to baseline as an independent living. I mean, you really have a unique campus that just allows the continuum of care. And I wonder if you could just mention briefly what that means, because I think people get confused. Aging in place, continuum of care. What does that really mean for my loved one or myself if I'm looking for that type of support?
Absolutely. So it's often buzz terms, right?
Yeah.
That, excuse me, often buzz terms that kind of are used, but what it's really about is allowing for as much independence for the person as possible.
And choice.
And choice, right? And so I think, people will often say to me, do I need to ask permission to leave? Are people going to make me do certain things and that kind of thing? And I always want to let people know we are about independence. We want to take the stuff that's hard off your plate so that you can be successful and enjoy the things that you want to enjoy. But we are not here to tell you what to do, right? And we want to just be that. We want to wrap around you and be that support. So maybe when you first move in, you need assisted living, and that might be some help with your medications. That might be a little cleaning up support, meals, things like that. And then as time goes on, maybe there's some mobility challenges, or there starts to be some cognition that you need some more support with. We've got that next level of care in place to help you continue to be successful, continue to be as independent as possible. And we just turn up those services, right, as we go. And for some folks, they just need that first level of help, and that's enough. Others, progress into more needs. But the really important thing is that we're here for you on this campus. You can stay on the campus, and we just, kind of move with you and transition to what those needs are.
The nice thing is all your different buildings are connected, so people can get from one area to the other. One of the nice things when I visited there last time was that couples who maybe have different service needs can be in different areas that specialize in that, but they can still connect to each other through the connections you guys have with the buildings, so they can spend time with each other and still continue to have those great relationships.
Absolutely. And I think if you've ever known a couple who is maybe one person is having some cognition
Right.
needs for the other, that relationship, when you become that full-time caregiver, that the spousal relationship kind of changes in a way that's not always great for everyone involved, right? And so if we can come back and we can provide that care for your loved one and do that day-to-day care management, then you get to be wife again, and you get to visit, and you get to reminisce and look at pictures and celebrate your kids' milestones and all of those wonderful things. And it doesn't become so focused on the day-to-day operational kinds of things, and it's more about the relationship again. So it's a really nice way to kind of get everybody back in relation with each other in a positive, kind of upbeat way.
Isn't that something we see it all the time?
It's
How people
important.
shift from daughter, brother, mother, whatever, sister, into a caregiver role, and they have a hard time switching back into it,
right?
Until they maybe get some help or get get the additional support for that, where they can step back into those roles, which are so meaningful and
Right.
so important, especially as a person ages. Let's circle back. I want to talk more about this great program that you have every year. It's an annual program in partnership with the city of Bloomington. Tell us about that, because that really is an enhancement to quality of life for a lot of the people that participate in that program.
Absolutely. So for seniors that are out in our community independently in Bloomington and beyond, it's open to all. We have something called an older adult job fair. And it's just as it sounds. It's a job fair like any other, with employers sharing their positions right on our website under the events area. And it is really meant to be a chance for older adults, folks who are probably retired from their full-time work. They're looking for part-time jobs. They're looking for seasonal jobs. They want to talk to someone. They don't want to try to apply online and, do all of these hoops and things, right? They just want to go and they want to ask their questions. They want to find out about what's it going to be like to work here? Can you be flexible with the fact that I have other commitments and other things I want to do in my life? And how will this all go? So we have created this space for employers to come and for seniors to come and to connect them together in a casual environment. We don't have to worry about wearing a suit or having this long resume or any of those things. It's really about walking up, asking your questions, telling people about your experience, and seeing if it's a match. And it's been a really awesome experience, because I've talked to the employers who are trying to find seniors to work with,
Right.
because they know how to show up on time. They don't need to be reminded to take out the earbuds and put away the phone. The customer service is there, and they really are role models for other workers.
Oh, absolutely.
And then we've got seniors who are wanting to feel like they're still, in the workforce, still doing active things,
Contributing. Yeah.
sharing those skills that they've honed over so many years, the wisdom that they have, and maybe putting a little extra money in their pocket, because life is expensive, right? And continues to go up. And so it's really a win-win. So these groups were trying to find each other, and we were like, wait a second, we could create a couple of hours, to really bring these people together. And so it's really been a positive all around.
Yeah. And you've been doing it since 2018.
Yes,
So
yes.
you've got a track record of success, and
Absolutely.
people keep coming back, and the employers keep showing up saying, hey, I mean, it's hard to find good help these days.
Yes, yes.
And I tell you, it's what I'm so impressed with is, in the Lakeville community where I'm at, there's just so much support for trying to connect people, because it's so important to have socialization. It's so important to have a purpose,
Absolutely.
a reason to get out of bed in the morning. Studies have shown, we talked about this off the air, that it actually increases the quality and longevity and the health span of your life if you have a purpose, you have a reason to do something. And again, you're working with all generations at these companies. And so it is a lot of fun to, I know a lot of the older people that I know, they said they love working with these young kids, and they call them young kids when they're in their 20s, but it's a great way for generations to kind of connect.
I think
that
so.
don't
Absolutely.
necessarily always have that opportunity to do that.
Right. And maybe even see we've got more similarities than we thought.
Exactly.
Right.
And shared interests.
Yes, shared
Yeah,
interests. Our
yeah.
motivations are often similar, right? Yeah, all of those things. I think it helps kind of bridge the gap on a lot of preconceived notions
Yeah.
we have about others, right?
Yeah,
So
for sure.
so it's a real positive.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, Lisa, do you have anything to share about the job fair in the last couple of minutes of this segment?
Well, actually, it was the job fair that enabled me to get my job at
Oh, I
Martin
didn't know
Luther.
that.
Oh, yeah. I Bloomington has a newspaper that it mails out to its
Yes, right.
residents.
Yeah.
And there was a feature in there about the job fair. And I was going to be out of town, but I did call Kate, and she said, well, I think we're actually looking for someone here at Martin Luther. And I said, really? And she told me kind of what it was. And then I ended up talking with the woman who I report to. And it really was incredibly user friendly. I have to say, I mean, I applied online, which is, I'm a little bit more computer savvy, I guess, because I've been on computers for quite a while, but it was just a nice experience because I went to the campus and I had an interview and ended up getting this position, which is great for me because it enables me to have kind of a different socialization experience and meet with all kinds of people. And I'm the kind of person that likes to help people and help solve problems. That's kind of how I am. And so it's very rewarding, and it's just enough time, for me, because like I said, it's just 2 nights a week, and then every other week it's 3 nights. But the time goes by very quickly, and I see a lot of the same families coming to visit their relatives, and you develop relationships with those people, which is lovely. And they will actually share things with you like, oh, this is going on with my mom or my dad, and then I can say, oh, okay, well, this is a person we need to speak to.
Nice.
So it's kind of nice to be in that kind of that front line, if you will, because if somebody raises an issue with me, it's like, okay, I'm going to help you find an answer to this.
Well, just exactly how Kate is. She'll get an answer for people.
Right.
Yeah. Well, you're a success story then.
Amen.
Of this wonderful partnering with the city of Bloomington for this job fair. So that's great.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. All right. Well, it's time for a short break. We'll be right back to continue our conversation with Kate Blessing, Director of Community Relations, and Lisa Miller, receptionist at Martin Luther Campus. And they're sharing the mission of Martin Luther Campus and the services that enhance their senior living community, including gratifying adult day programs. Maybe we'll talk about that in the next segment, and activities that are offered Monday through Fridays to seniors and caregivers, offering opportunities for engagement and respite, which is so important. If you have a question for us, please give us a call, 952-946-6205, or text us at 612-999-3426. I'm Ken Hageland, and you are listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well.
End-of-life decisions are not easy to make. Hi, I'm Mary T. of Mary T. Hospice Care. It's important to make sure that this difficult time is meaningful and comforting to you and your loved ones. Our hospice team provides an individualized program of physical, emotional, spiritual, and practical care so your loved one is comfortable and not in pain. At Mary T. Hospice, we understand that choosing the right hospice care provider can be overwhelming, but we're here to assist you. Learn more today at marytinc.com.
Hello, I'm Todd Mickelson, host of a Satellite View podcast. It's hard to find clarity or focus here on the ground with the fire hose of issues and events. We go up high and look back on Earth from a satellite view, where we can gain our bearings and learn from the past to shoot for a better future. And have fun and laughs along the way. Go to am950radio.com, click the program's link, and find a Satellite View with Todd Mickelson.
Crooners is a classic supper club with a wide range of entertainment. Make your reservations for a parade of international, national, and local artists in the main stage showroom, the intimate Dunsmore Jazz Room, or outdoors at the seasonal Belvedere Under the Stars space. Or enjoy Maggie's Piano Lounge. Enjoy 4-star food and drinks with first-class supper club service. What are you waiting for? Go to croonersmn.com for more information and schedule. That's croonersmn.com.
Be part of something new at History Theater with the premiere of Whoa Nellie, the outlaw king of the wild Middle West. This original musical follows Nellie King, a daring and complex figure whose life defied expectations in the 1800s. Packed with vaudeville style, humor, and heartfelt moments, it's a bold look at fame, identity, and truth with surprising relevance today. Whoa Nellie runs May 17th through June 8th in downtown St. Paul. Tickets and details at historytheater.com. That's historytheater.com.
Next Chapter Booksellers is the perfect gift idea for mom this Mother's Day. Whether she loves bestsellers or hidden gems, the friendly staff at Next Chapter Booksellers offers personalized book recommendations for any taste. Add a little something special to your gift with their beautiful cards. Plus, they sell a wide variety of puzzles and games. So skip the flowers and the chocolates this Mother's Day and give the mom in your life a gift that lasts from Next Chapter Booksellers off Snelling and Grand in St. Paul. More at nextchapterbooksellers.com.
Minnesotans age 65 plus might qualify for Health Partners Minnesota Senior Health Options. The easy all-in-one plan includes personal support, coverage for medical, prescription drugs, and dental, plus many extra benefits. Eligibility information is available at healthpartners.com/oneplan. Health Partners is a health plan that contracts with both Medicare and the Minnesota Medical Assistance Medicaid program to provide benefits of both programs to enrollees. Enrollment in Health Partners depends on contract renewal.
All right, welcome back, everyone. You are listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well, where we talk about helping you and your loved ones improve and enjoy your quality of life. My name is Ken Hageland, and joining me today is Kate Blessing, Director of Community Relations, and Lisa Miller, receptionist at Martin Luther Campus. And they've been sharing many things, and it's been a great show to learn more about the Martin Luther Campus and the mission and the services that are unique and also enhancing the senior living community that's on their campus, but also within the city of Bloomington as well. So if you have a question for us, this is the last segment. You can reach us 952-946-6205 or text us at 612-999-3426. Well, Kate, how can our listeners contact you for more information or if they have questions? And also, let's make sure they have an update on this amazing job fair, this annual job fair that you guys are hosting here later this month.
Yes, so everything is on our website, martinluthercampus.com. That's a great place to go. You'll see all of our services and things, but you'll also find an events tab where you can learn more specifically about the job fair. The older adult job fair will be on Tuesday, May 20th. From 1 to 4 at Creekside Community Center. That's right there in Bloomington. So at the Senior Center in Bloomington. So we'd love to have you. There's a phone number there that you can call to ask questions. But I think it's a really, really great chance to come and see things. You know, sometimes people come and they say, turns out I don't want a job after they looked around. Or maybe they don't find quite the right thing there, but it gets them thinking about what do I want to do? What, you know, I've done this for my career and now I want to try working in this area or that area or serving these kinds of people, kids, seniors, whatever, right? And so there's a lot of options to just kind of get thinking. We do still have a couple of spots for employers. So if you're out there and you're an employer and you're interested in getting involved, you can call us and we can chat about that as well. But please stop by if you can. I know I've had some people say to me, gosh, I've been working my whole life. I finally retired and now you want me to get a job again? Are you kidding? And I just really want to encourage people that it's different motivation, I think, at this point in your life, you know, that you would be looking for employment. Not so much about the career, but other things to enhance your life. And I know Lisa would have some thoughts on that as well.
Well, again, what a great success story that you are a result of these job fairs. The other thing too is that it's at the Creekside Community Center, and anybody who is in Bloomington or the South Metro knows 98th and Penn, a very well-known area there, and it's a beautiful community center. Do you know about how many employers typically would be participating in that job fair?
Yes, we usually have around 20, between 17 to 20 employers. And actually, Creekside is in the process of will be rebuilt soon through the city of Bloomington. So this is one of the last events at Creekside in its current form, and it will be coming back in a new way. So we are just really excited to send it off well.
There's plenty of parking.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, yes.
Free parking, plenty of parking, easy to get to.
Yep. And you don't have to register, but if you do, you'll be guaranteed a bag of resources. So we'd love to have you. We'd love to have you register. But if you that day, if it works out to come, please stop by and see us.
So you can register online, or they can actually call you
directly. Yep.
You can help register them, like I said, on the phone.
Yes.
Live person. You can talk to world famous Kate here, and and get your questions answered. But yeah, so again, just call the office, call the campus, and then they'll redirect the person to you.
Absolutely.
Okay, great. And yeah, the first 250 participants will receive a gift bag of resources. All right. So
Intriguing,
that's
right?
that's the benefit of registration. No, it really does help kind of plan for that event here. And it's only for 3 hours. So I tell people plan to get there early, and because it's amazing how fast time flies when you're talking to people.
Absolutely.
As we're seeing today here, we've got just a few minutes left in this show, but if there's 20 different employers maybe there, and you're talking to 5 minutes at each one, time goes by fast. So I really encourage, especially if you're going to have an adult child or somebody who you want to partner with, to go there. I know I've heard people who have been retired will go back and actually work with one of their children in the organization that the child is working in, the adult child, and they just love it. I mean, it's so interesting, the stories of people kind of circling back. Like you say, it's a different need for working. Now it's really for socialization. It's for having something to do, having a purpose, and again, you meet such amazing people out in the workforce. We really are just so fortunate, especially in Minnesota here. We got such great work ethic.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, a couple minutes left here. What else could we just touch on? Because I know you have so many things that you could talk about with the services at Martin Luther Campus.
Yes. Well, one of the other things that we offer that we haven't touched on is our adult day services. And people always refer to this as the best kept secret in senior care. And I think the people that need to know about adult day services don't always know about it. So I like to talk about it because it's a program where a lot of times, a typical scenario, someone is caring for their loved one at home, and they have other responsibilities. And frankly, being a full-time caregiver is a lot. And so they may just need some respite as well. And this is a program where someone would go during the day, someone that probably can't be safely at home alone, managing the day by themselves. They would come with us during the day. We have a program on campus as well as at Transfiguration Lutheran Church in Bloomington. And they would have a day of activities, lunch. We go on outings. We do crafts. We do music. We play games. We do it all. Our team is probably the most creative people I've ever seen in my life. But they're lovely and warm. And they come and they spend the day together. Meanwhile, their caregiver is getting respite, and they're getting time to do medical appointments, go to work, take a nap, whatever, right? Because when you are a caregiver, you are full-time on that. And so it's a great option. So a lot of times people hear about this from someone at church, their neighbor, someone when they see they're struggling, right?
Yeah.
So if you know of somebody that needs a service like this, whether it's through Martin Luther or somewhere else, please let them know that these services are out there to help them stay at home, be together, but have that support they need.
It really enhances the life of that caregiver. And so many times we've seen the caregiver just being worn down because they're giving everything to help support their loved one.
Right.
Wow, this is a great resource for that. Fantastic. All right. Well, we got to go. It's at the end of the show. I want to thank Kate Blessing, Director of Community Relations, and Lisa Miller, receptionist at Martin Luther Campus, for sharing the mission of Martin Luther Campus and the services that enhance their senior living community. Join us again next Saturday at noon for another broadcast. And thank you for listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well, where we talk about your health and your life. Until next time, choose to live well.
Yes, I can, and I've been waiting such a long time. Saturday.
It's no secret that medical care costs are soaring, with nursing home and skilled nursing care costs being some of the highest. You don't have to deplete your savings in order to receive long-term care. At Schroman Law, we work with families to develop and implement strategic planning for medical assistance for long-term care, for assisted living, nursing home care, or home-based